I promise, this is like 10 seconds away.
Don't worry, Mitch and I have something to do.
Gangnam Style.
Yo!
Gangnam Style.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm afraid to go home and plug this into my computer and it tell me how many times I listened to this today so far. It will be devastating. Yeah! Oh, you look perfect for this.
This is James' theme music.
Yeah.
Just keep dancing.
GameFront!
GameFront!
Update! GameFront! Update! GameFront! Update!
Wait a second, I didn't realize we were recording that.
We've been recording for the last 5 minutes.
Are you joking?
No. We got
You
the
are-
whole Gangnam Style thing on too.
God.
Hey guys, GameFront update time. How's it going, everyone?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I look good today.
You do.
Per
I
usual.
commented on
I didn't.
it.
You know what? After you said that, we walked into a door and I saw my reflection.
You
It was
walked
the-
into a door.
I walked towards a door and saw my reflection and was like, wow. I don't usually look at myself before I leave because the first thing I do is take a shower and then the mirror in my bathroom steamed up and then I leave. So I never know
How long do
what
you take a shower for?
It's my shower is like I live in an apartment. My whole apartment could fit in this room. They just have walls to make it look like different rooms.
All right. Well, anyway, me and Zach both have notebooks this time. So, Zach, why don't you first get us started on something? That's not really a notebook.
Listen,
thing.
I can read. I can prove it too.
Go.
GameFront update. GF update. Listen, I don't want to take all the time with my notes. You guys have notes too. I'll save mine for when they're ready.
All right. Well, I wanted to highlight an article our own Phil Hornshaw wrote
Ooh,
on
cool.
GameFront.com, where he's talking about how the next Xbox might be having some chip issues. So, or the chip's name is Oban. I wrote that down. OBAN, in case anyone was wondering. And yeah, so they're pushing it towards 3 different factories to actually figure, and they're hoping one of the factories will figure out what's the issue.
Like
with the
they
chip.
do with Twix. They have one thing made in one factory, the other made it, and then never mind. It was commercial. It was actually 2 factories, but that's what that reminded me of.
Twix the candy bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Peanut
That
butter.
was totally beside the point. You've digressed this conversation.
I am sorry.
Let's stick to topic.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that I did one, you want to do one?
Oh yeah.
We'll go back and forth.
Well,
I'll just wait for later. I'll go.
You'll
at the
be
end.
here.
we're gonna check with you again.
Okay.
So we did a Modman episode on No More Room in Hell. I just want to know what people thought of it. It was a kind of Left 4 Dead, very similar to Left 4 Dead, and that
you
was
move
a
over
4.
here, and you scoot over a little more.
There you go. There you go.
That was
All right.
You know, it's a 4-player co-op zombie survival thing. It's a little bit different than Left 4 Dead in that it focuses a little more on conserving your weapons, conserving your ammo rather.
Yeah,
using
I wrote
melee
that down
weapons.
too.
It's much more strategic. I
Yeah.
feel like you can't. It's not an free for all shootout or
Yeah.
anything like that. So
So I thought it was kind of interesting. It's very much you have to. What you find is basically what you have, and once you run out of that stuff, you're in trouble.
Mhm.
So I thought it was an interesting take on it. I really like the fact that when one character dies, they become a strong and fast zombie that basically runs straight for the former teammates.
Mhm.
So
Don't you think it would be a little more cool if you controlled the zombie?
yeah, but at the same time though, you could just not do not do anything.
You could.
You could still be on your friend's team.
yeah,
Hell, you can even try to kill the other zombies as a zombie. And that wouldn't make much sense, would it?
vigilante zombie man.
Don't you feel stupid?
I think it sounds like a movie premise we're talking about.
I mean, you could have the zombie walk around to the wrong place, but I don't think a zombie would be able to attack another zombie because it just wouldn't crave the not fresh brains.
Then you explain Blade to me.
What if it was a fresh zombie?
I thought Blade was a vampire.
He is, but it's the same premise that he kills vampires.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe there's like a rightful zombie out there that knows they do wrong.
I don't know. I liked it. I didn't think it was the most original game, but I enjoyed playing it a lot.
Did you get a similar feel to DayZ at all?
I did. Well, see, that was the thing is I really liked DayZ, and I thought DayZ was a really creative, like something I'd never seen done before.
Mhm.
This seems like it's taking some of the best parts of some of my favorite zombie games and putting them together. Great, I like it. Would I call it completely innovative? No, but really fun.
Yeah. Another reason why I wanted to bring it up is because also Phil Hornshaw interviewed the project lead on No More Room in Hell, and that is also on the GameFront channel. I'm sure there will be a link to this description. It's GameFront 1-on-1.
Someone want to get the door for the young lady?
She's about to be in the GameFront update.
What we
is
got
this?
here? Is that what I think it is?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we'll go into that later. That's definitely relevant to this video.
But sadly, we'll probably never need it anyways. You know.
Thank you, Eileen.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get into that later.
Oh no.
She had a tennis ball.
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
What's next, Zach? What you got there?
My next topic I would like to talk about was the Walking Dead article that Jim Sterling wrote about how it helps us. We have to think about the children. And I read it. Did you guys read that article?
I read. I think
a good chunk
a
of it.
good chunk of it. Yeah.
It was pretty insightful and.
And it wasn't because I lost interest. I just didn't have time to finish it.
And in all fairness, I know how to read. I could have read it. I just didn't.
I didn't give you a
chance
heads
to.
up.
Yeah, I do know how to read though.
But it was basically complimenting Telltale Games and their ability to craft such an interesting character in Clementine and make her not just this sympathetic just for the sake of putting a child in there to get your sympathy.
Yeah.
She's not that character.
Yeah, it's not cheesing it. They're not just easy, just throwing a kid in there. Like he compared it to Heavy Rain, where there's a child that you never. Really
Sean!
Yeah. You
Sean!
don't really build too much of a relationship. You just know your child's lost.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said like only parents would ever understand that. But I think it takes the writer of the game. They have to really create this sympathy or this idea of a child.
Yeah.
So. It was really well done, and
yeah.
Telltale. Maybe we play it again.
As Jim Sterling's articles generally are that we find on GameFront.
Mm-hmm. He's very well written.
Yeah, and then there's another thing that I want to talk about. I'm not sure how much we're gonna get into it, but Trine DLC comes out, or Trine 2 DLC just came out today, and I don't know if people know that. Like, if I don't get this question asked me very often, if someone asks me what my favorite walkthrough that we've done at GameFront is, I would probably say the Trine 2 cooperative walkthrough that we all did together. That was probably the most fun I've had doing a walkthrough
it was
at
a lot of
GameFront. And if you haven't seen any bit of that, I know it's kind of buried deep in the mountains of walkthroughs that we've actually done here at GameFront, but please look it up. You will laugh your ass off.
And it's a great game that I'm sure a lot of people.
And yeah, it's a buried treasure, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Trine 2 was a lot of fun, and it was. I think it's one of the most fun to watch.
I'm now remembering it was a great walkthrough. My favorite was saying the word I'm trying to, and that part I remember that, and then also my grandma. I was in Chicago for some of that.
Oh
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And I
I
don't
was
remember
like, when was your grandma here?
I think she was with me while I was playing the game. Whether or not you guys knew this, but.
What are the chances of us cutting to a scene right there where you're just dressed up in old lady like rag and just like, I'm James? Yeah, fuck it.
I just love the dynamic of me and you, with me calling you Sword for Brains and me being the wizard, and just being able to, excuse the language, fuck with you guys.
Yeah, you did that a lot.
It was fun.
And I think I don't want to say we broke the game, but we found our own ways to complete some puzzles, which you would then go back
That's
through.
cheating.
Like,
Yeah, Mitch, it's not cheating. If you can do something, it's not cheating.
Oh my god, best segue ever for me if we're done here.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, because I wanted to talk about hacks versus exploits, which is a article on the topic of Guild Wars 2. Do you know the whole issue? CJ, how do you say his last name? Miyoshi?
Miyoshi? I'm guessing.
Our writer, CJ Miyoshi, wrote it, and it's basically him talking about the recent banning of, I think it was 3,000 players, or 2,000.
Were they hacking or were they exploiting?
That's the thing. He's basically making a point that they were exploiting, and even to that point, how would they know that they were? Because there are gamers who, when they first come into a game, they're not going to know that that's maybe the situation. They think that this is what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And that is his point, and it was very. He made a good point.
Compelling.
Yeah, it was just a weapon that you could buy from a vendor to cheaply level up your crafting, which helped you boost everything else up. And just I think from an average player's perspective or point, they would not see that as an exploit, perhaps. But I do get that it is.
I don't know much about the situation. I haven't really read it, but yeah, I was listening to them argue about it in Campfire, and it seemed like a pretty hotly debated issue.
An exploit is never the fault of the user, always the fault of the programmer. Period. End of discussion.
There you
Is
have
it
it.
right to exploit something? No. Who's going to have a good time cheating in a video game? Not the cheater. You're going to get bored fast. Don't put exploits in the game because people will cheat it and your game will not have replay value.
Well, and
Fix your game. Don't blame the gamers.
If they weren't exploits that you did on purpose, don't punish the people who
It
accidentally
doesn't
stumbled
matter if you do
across
it
them.
on purpose or not. They shouldn't have been in there in the first place. The reason it's called an exploit is it's a problem with the game that people are exploiting. Don't let there be problems you can exploit. Balance it. Balance it! I'm
Wow.
sorry, it upsets me.
Well,
I don't-
believe
I
they removed
take
said
you a
item.
lot more seriously when you have those glasses on. I can just tell you.
I'm
Well,
serious
now-
with
now-
or without the glasses.
Now I don't care.
No, I'm serious. I used to cheat in video games. I used to use the gun code, and it ruined the Grand Theft Auto series for me. Never again. I don't cheat anymore. And that's basically, I mean, that's not an exploit. That's a cheat that somebody can get. But if you find an exploit in a game like Zombies, you could do an exploit in Zombies the first map. And just back yourself into a wall and get infinite kills and screw the leaderboards. But who's really having fun? Me, who gets a lower score playing and killing and not just backing myself into a wall, or the guy who sits for 12 hours straight. This is fun. I'm
That's,
going to be remembered forever.
They're
Well,
aiming with that trigger.
Just
There you
to,
go. Now
just, to
that's
There we
be,
go.
just to be the devil's advocate here, the difference between what you're saying, what happens in
Yeah.
Guild Wars 2, is Guild Wars 2 is a massively multiplayer game, and by you exploiting, you are affecting the
Other
fun
players.
of other players around you.
the economy and everything.
That's why I'm
But-
saying it's not the player's fault. The developers have to fix it. You can't blame the players. It's them. They have to fix the exploits.
Point well spoken. Getting on to the box.
Sorry, I'm just upset about those
So,
things.
we wanted to make an announcement with regards to James versus Games. We've done Ninja Gaiden, we've done Bayonetta, and we said that we would make an announcement in this video of what he's going to play next week. And the announcement is he is going to be playing
Oh, sorry.
Super Meat Boy, and basically the challenge is going to be
Wait, Super Meat Boy?
Super Meat Boy. Super
I played that game. That
Meat
game's
Boy!
hard.
It's pretty tough, but we're gonna go a little bit easy on you. We're gonna make it so that you have to beat World 2.
Out of how many worlds?
I think 6. You're gonna have to beat the second world. It's about 20 levels with one boss. We're gonna say with a time limit of 30 minutes.
That means I get a minute and 20 seconds basically for every level,
Yeah.
or I mean, that was the
Some of
quickest
the
I could do
levels,
the
some
math.
of the levels take about 10 seconds to complete. James.
Really?
Yeah.
They better. I'll be
Really.
pissed if they take a minute and a half.
And
each.
here are the stakes. If you do not complete this challenge, you will have to wear this costume while dancing to Connect Star Wars.
Challenge. This is not a costume.
That's true. But challenge, I could wear it.
That's
And they, oh yeah, that's a preview, but it ain't gonna happen because I'm not gonna lose.
I cannot
Just
wait.
so we know we really have it. It's in this bag.
Yep.
So it's Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
And you're going to be the prettiest Princess Leia.
I cannot wait. So
I am
yeah.
going to win. I am not gonna lose. So far, I've won every one of them.
You have.
All of
So
them.
World 2 is what he's doing? Is that what we felt
Do
was...
you think that we should make it World 3?
No, you know what I think?
What do you think?
I mean, just because we're doing the GameFront update, I wonder if we really should just take the
well,
viewers...
they're gonna say do World 6 or do World 5.
And I think we should listen to them, because, I mean, they're keeping us employed. They watch our stuff.
Well, what? How,
It's like
wait a
if they
second.
want Mitch to play horror games.
Wait a second.
Same thing.
How long did it take you to beat the world?
It took me 10 minutes.
So I get 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Now, how long did it take you to beat World 6?
Well, World 6 is only like 5 levels, but they're long levels. I don't know how long.
I
it
don't
took.
want to do World 6. Can we please just stick with World 2? I want.
You know what?
Oh,
I just.
someone's sweating?
We're gonna do
Someone
World
worried?
3. We'll do World 3.
No! I was fine with World 2!
World 3. We'll do World 3. We want to make the. I really want to see you dance Connect Star Wars in the Princess Leia outfit.
That is what I want too, and that's why I feel we should do World 6.
I don't want to do that.
All right, we're gonna do World 3. I'm gonna put my foot down on this. But yeah, thanks for watching GameFront update. Anything else, you guys?
Well, I had a bunch of stuff written down. Let me just make sure we got it. I had written down to talk about the Xbox chips. I
Wait,
talked
no,
about-
that's my stuff.
No, I wrote these. We just happen to have the same things randomly. What?
Let's see. Oh, hey, this is actually the GameFront update notepad that I had last week.
Busted.
So,
Sorry.
It's a good thing he can't read. He would have just started
Fine.
reading.
It was.
Way to attempt to exploit the GameFront update.
That was-
Oh,
That
damn.
was cheating. But in real life, you have to cheat every chance you get.
In real
Moral
life.
of the story.
Have you informed your girlfriend of this?
Yeah.
Wow, this is a long GameFront update, but you know what? I think it was worth it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like.
Comment?
And subscribe.
Yeah.